Okay. So Schoology is free. That doesn't cost you anything. But the ebook is a cost, $19.99. So I designed the ebook for you to go through it for 2 weeks, practice through it, and be able to pass your exam in 30 days. Now, does everybody pass in 30 days? No. So what I like to do is if you purchase the ebook, I give you a one-on-one session before you take your exam, which helps you pass the exam. So that's one of the key advantages, not only learning how to use the calculator to take your exam, but also that one-on-one session. So that's at my website, passgedmath.com. All right, so quite a few people this week I saw having issues with determining the equation of a line from either 2 points or from a table. Okay, so I'm just going to just select one. It doesn't really matter which one. So let's look at number 4. I don't really like number 4, but I'll try it. This number 4. Move that over a little bit. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to find the equation of a line from a table. Does anyone know how would I find an equation of a line from a table? Can anybody tell me where to start? What 2 things do we need to know to find the equation of the line? Anybody answer that?
2 points.
You need 2 points. Okay, you need 2 points. And from those 2 points, what 2 things do you need to determine?
Mx plus b.
Y equal mx plus b. That's your slope-intercept form of equation of a line. What does the m stand for?
The slope.
The slope. What does the b stand for?
Intercept.
The y-intercept. So if on the exam they ask you for an equation of a line, you should be thinking, how can I find the slope and the y-intercept? That's what you need to be thinking. So that's what we're going to do. So we need 2 points. Who said we need to use 2 points? We need 2 points. Who said that?
Me, Toria.
Taria. So we need 2 points. So let's look at number 4. What 2 points do you want to use? Can we use any 2 points? Doesn't matter what 2 points we use?
Yeah, 0, 0, 3 or 2 minus 5. This is 2 points.
Okay, so we can use, so
Any.
The first answer was, does it matter what 2 points we use? No, it does not. Remember, the slope is a constant rate of change. So it doesn't matter what 2 points we use. What I would suggest is that if your x is 0.
Slope is 3.
No, if your x is 0, I would choose, anytime your x is 0, I would choose that point. Why? Because when x is 0, this is your y-intercept.
Yes, the 3 is intercept.
So your b
is 3.
Is 3.
Yeah.
Does everybody understand that? Now, the second thing we want to do is we want to find the slope. So we need 2 points. So you said we want to use, you said this point and this point. Is that what you said?
Yes.
Okay. So now what we want to do is several ways we can find the slope of a line. We can, from our formula sheet, we could use y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, where this is our first point and this is our second point.
Yeah.
Does everybody understand that?
Yeah.
So y2 would be what?
0.
Nope. Y2.
It's gonna be minus 5 minus 3
minus
over 2
5. So y2 means the y of my second point. Does everybody understand that? So I got minus 5 minus, what's y1?
Minus 3.
No, what's y1?
3.
3.
3 minus 3.
So it is minus 3, but y1 is just 3. The minus the minus that you're talking about comes from the formula right there.
Yeah.
So that's where this minus comes from. But y1, this is y2, and this is y1. Does everybody understand that?
Mhm.
Okay. X2 is what?
2 minus
2
0.
minus 0. So what is
Zero.
minus 5 minus 3?
It's gonna be minus 4. The slope.
Nope. Well, it is minus 4, but what's minus 5 minus 3?
3.
No, it's 7.
Minus
Minus
8.
7. Minus 8. Yeah.
Minus 8.
8.
Again, if you're having problems with negative numbers,
Yeah.
use your calculator. Okay, and I'll show you in a minute. What is 2 minus 0?
It's 2.
2. What is minus 8 divided by 2?
Minus 4.
Minus 4. So our slope of this line is what?
Minus 4.
Does everybody understand that?
Yes.
Okay, so that's one way you can do it. That's one way using the formula from your formula sheet. Okay. Another way you can do it is to use the two numbers. So let me change my color here. And let's say if I have these, I'm gonna write these two numbers again over here. And I want to find the change in y over the change in x. So that means if I'm starting at 3, in order to get to -5, I have to go down -8. Does everybody understand that? For me to go from 0 to 2, I need to go up +2. So this would be my change in y. This would be my change in x. So then -8 over 2. Do we get the same exact thing?
Yes.
Yes. So our slope is -4. No matter which way you understand the best, your slope is -4. So does everyone understand that our slope is -4? Okay. So now we want to find our y-intercept. Hold on. I thought we already found our y-intercept.
Yes.
We
It's
did.
3. It's 3.
It's 3. So if we know our slope is -4 and we know our y-intercept is 3, what's
Yeah.
our equation of the line?
Minus 4x plus 3.
How does, if you remember, slope-intercept form starts with what? It must start with what?
Y plus mx plus b.
Y what? Y
Equal.
equals
Equal. Yeah.
X.
minus 4x plus
Plus
3.
3.
Okay, so that's how you find the equation of a line given 2 points. So let me ask you a question though. The problem is on the GED, they might not give you a point where x is 0. So let's look at, now they're not going to be this easy here, but let's look at number 5. So y equal minus 4x plus 3 was number 4. Let's look at number 5. So let me scroll over. I actually don't like this one. Let's do, let's do A. Now, the problem with this is most people will see this table going horizontal and don't know what to do. It doesn't matter if your table is horizontal or vertical. You have to identify your X and Y. Does everybody understand that?
Yes.
So changing Y, changing X. Watch this. So me, I'm going to do changing Y, change X. So let me show you how I would do this problem. Changing Y over changing X. So to go from 2 to 8, I got to go up +6. To go from 0 to 3, I got to go up 3. 6 over 3 is 2. My slope is 2. Hold on, Mr. Tensley. It can't be that easy. Mr. Tensley, ho. It can't be that easy. You can't tell me I've been studying slope for the last 2 weeks, and you can't tell me it's that easy. Yes. So remember certain things that you want to be familiar with. If you want to find a slope from 2 points, okay, this is 2 points. This is, so you have to understand that in a table, this is your first point. This is my second point. This is my third point. This is my fourth point. This is the same as saying 0, 2, 3, 8, 6, 14, 10, 22. Does everybody understand that?
Yes.
So a table, just another way to give you points. Okay, so now, so we got our, we have our slope, which was fairly easy too. Well, how do we find, because X is 0 here, so this is easy, right? So
Yes.
this is easy. B is equal to 2.
2.
So my equation line will be y equal to x plus 2,
Plus 2.
right? So that's not hard. But what if we have something like C? So again, we're going to do the same thing. Watch this. To go from 2 to 4, I have to go up plus 2. Does everybody understand that?
Yeah.
To go from 5 to 8, I got to go up plus 3. Does everybody understand that?
Yes.
So my slope is change in y over the change in x. My
2
change
over
in
3.
y is 3. My change in x is 2. Does
2.
everybody understand that? Okay. So my slope is what for this line?
3 over 2.
3 over 2. Now, unfortunately, we don't have a point where x is 0. So I'm going to give you a nice shortcut so you can find what the y-intercept is. So what I want you to do is, this is your friend right here, linear equation. This is the slope-intercept form of a linear equation. So what we're going to do is we're going to identify everything we know. I don't care what points you use. We're going to pick any point. Somebody give me a point that they want to use. You just give me any point. It does not matter. Can somebody give me a point?
2 and 5 and 4 and 8.
2, only one. I only need one.
Okay.
2 and 5. So y is what? So if I look at this point, my y is what?
It's 5.
It's 5.
Yeah.
My m or my slope is what?
3 over 2.
3 over 2. My x is what?
It's 2.
Is 2 plus b. Does everybody understand what I did? All I did was substitute the values of what we already know. I know what my x is. I know what my y is. And I know what my slope is. Does everybody understand? I just plug those values in. Okay. What happens to the 2 2s?
Cancel.
They cancel. So I get 5
Equals 3
3
plus b.
plus b. Remember, the whole purpose of algebra is to get the variable by itself. So if I want to get the b by itself, what value do I need to get rid of?
We're gonna minus 3 both of
We
sides.
want to get rid of the 3. So what's the opposite of plus 3?
Minus 3.
Minus 3. So
It's
whatever
gonna
we
be
do on
2.
one side of the equal, we do on the
Yeah.
other side. 5 minus
2.
3 is what?
2.
2. We bring down the equal. The 3's
B.
cancel. We bring down the b. We know what our b is. Remember, b step. So remember, y equal mx plus b. M stands for my slope. B stands for my y-intercept. If I know the slope is 3/2, I know my b is 2. My y-intercept is 2. What's going to be my equation of the line? What's going to be my equation of the line? Don't all answer at one time. Can somebody tell me the equation of the line? If we know the slope is 3/2 and we know the y-intercept is 2. Remember I told you, remember this equation, correct? If we know what the slope is, all we're doing is taking that slope and plugging it in right there. All we're taking this b is plugging it in right here.
Oh yeah.
So our equation line is going to be y equals
Y. 3 over 2.
3/2. 3 over
X.
2. X
Plus
2. You have to know that. You have to know how to do that. You have to know the slope intercept form of equation line. Y equal mx plus b. You have to know how to solve for the slope. You have to know how to find out the y-intercept, and then and ultimately find out what that equation line is. You have to. So make sure you go over this as many times as you need it. So again, to be familiar with these things, let's try some other problems so we can see it. Let me see if I can find some problems here. Oh, come on, give me one. Can I find one? I'm gonna make them up. It's all right. I'm gonna make several up. Y equal -4/5 x minus 8. Y equal 0.02 x minus 5. Y equal plus 7/2 x. Y equal 1.5 x minus 9. Okay. What you should understand is that all of these equations are in the slope-intercept form. Does everybody understand that?
Yes.
So all you're doing is to identify the slope is identify what's in front of the x, right? So for number 1, y equal -4/5 x, what's the slope?
4/5.
Not 4/5.
-4/5.
-4/5.
I didn't see it.
For number 2, what's the slope?
0.02.
0.02. So if you notice, it doesn't matter if I have a whole number. It doesn't matter if I have a fraction. It doesn't matter if I have a decimal. If it's in the form, slope-intercept form, y equal mx plus b, all to find the slope, you're looking at whatever the coefficient is in front of the x. For number 3, what's the slope?
7
Y equals 7/2 x.
over 2.
7/2. And then for the last one, y equal 1.5 x plus 9. What's the slope?
1.5.
1.5. Does everybody understand that? But what you have to remember, these are slope-intercept form. Okay, the equation must look like this exactly. Y equal mx plus b. Does everybody understand that? Okay, let's go back to the first one. What would be my y-intercept?
B. -8.
-8. For the second one, what would be my y-intercept?
-5.
For the third one, what would be my y-intercept?
0.
For the last one, what would be my y-intercept?
-9.
This is why it's called slope-intercept form. So you should be able to look directly at that equation and figure out what the slope and y-intercept is. You should be able to look at it immediately and be able to tell what the slope and y-intercept is. Does everybody understand that? Okay, so let's mix it up. What if I told you what the slope is? Was it this one? Right, this one right here. So if I told you the slope was 9/4, and I told you the y-intercept was -4, what would the equation of the line be?
Y equal 9/4x plus minus
-4.
-4.
So I heard you say plus, but you're right. You're right, it is plus or -4. But what happens if you have y equal 9/4 x plus a -4? A plus and a minus make a what?
Minus.
A minus.
Yeah.
So what you realize is it's no work for you to do. All you got to do is plug those two values in. If they tell you what the slope is and they tell you what the y-intercept is. Okay, so for this number 3, what would the equation of the line be?
Y equal
Y
to
equal
2/4.
plus 4.
So I heard somebody say 2/1, but remember, we want to simplify it. So 2/1 is 2. So y equal 2x plus 3.
But plus 4, not 3.
Oh, plus 4. I'm sorry. Look at me. Russian. Plus 4. Again, these are small things that seem really hard when you're studying them. And I'm trying to show you a way. It's like, because I know a lot of people are sitting there thinking, hold on, it can't be this easy. You telling me I didn't know this on exam. It can't be this easy. Right. So this is why you practice enough to make sure you know it. Now, Mr. Tennis, it can't be that easy because that's not how the equation of the line looked when I took my test. You're right. Because they could look, they could be in different forms. Okay. For example, is this slope-intercept form? Is number 1 in slope-intercept form?
No.
This is not slope-intercept form. So the first thing you need to be able to do is be able to identify the different types of linear equations. Slope-intercept form, standard form. Now, there is point-slope form too, but we're not going to worry about that right now. The two types I want you to be familiar with are slope-intercept form, which is y equal mx plus b, and standard form. Okay, which is ax, oops, let me put it right here, ax plus by equals c. Okay, so all you're doing to identify a, b, and c is identifying the coefficient in front of the variable for x and y and the constant that's on the opposite side of the equal sign. So a is what?
3x.
Not 3x. Remember, a is what's in front of the x.
3,
All
3,
right, 3.
3.
3,
B is what?
minus 2,
Minus 2. C is what?
minus 16.
Minus 16. I'm going to give you an easy way to find the slope if you're given an equation in standard form. You won't see this. You won't see it. Teachers don't teach it. I don't know why. You won't see it in textbooks. It's really easy. Take the opposite of A and put it over B. So if A is 3, what's the opposite of A?
Minus 3,
Minus 3. What's B?
2,
What's B?
Minus
Positive
2.
minus
2.
2,
Minus 2. 2
minus
negatives
2.
make a what?
Plus.
positive,
Positive.
3
So the
over
slope of this line is what?
3 over 2.
That easy. That easy. You're going to have a question where they give you the slope of a line from an equation, whether it's going to be standard form or whether it's going to be slope-intercept form. You have to be ready for it.
Miss Tinsley,
Yes.
excuse me. This
Mhm.
this form this formula, it's not ax plus by equals c. It's not in the formula sheet.
Exactly. You're 100% right. So you're 100% right. Why? This is what they want you to do. This is how they want you to solve this problem. That's why I gave you the easy way. This is what they want you to do. I'm going to show you. Watch this. Right. It's not on your formula sheet. What I'm doing is giving you an easy way to identify it and get your slope and your y-intercept in seconds. This is what they want you to do. They want you to subtract 3x from both sides. They cancel. You get minus 2y equal. Now I'm going to change the order. I'm going to put my x first. Minus 3x minus 16. To get y by itself, they want you to divide by negative 2. Again, remember, since these are not like terms, they want you got to divide each term by minus 2. So the negative 2's cancel. I get y equal 2 negatives make a positive, 3/2 x, 2 negatives make a positive, plus 8. Hold on, Mr. 10. So you telling me instead of doing all that work, all I need to do is do this. I'm going to show you how quick you should be able to do this problem. Watch this. 3x minus 2y equal minus 16. Oh, this is standard form. Negative a over b. Negative 3 over negative 2. Slope 3/2. Did I get a slope of 3/2? Yes. My y-intercept, c over b. Minus 16 over negative 2 is a positive 8. Did I get the same y-intercept?
Yes.
So you're 100% right. It is not on your formula sheet. What I'm trying to show you is an easier way to do it, which is much faster and much easier. Instead of having to do all that algebra, instead of having to do all that manipulation, instead of having to combine like terms and move one thing to one side, I'm giving you a nice, easy way. Identify A, B, and C. So what you should be able to do, if you practice, when you get to about 3, 4, 5 problems, right? No, nothing, about 10, 20 problems. What you should be able to do is go, oh, slope is not negative 9 over negative 7, which is 9/7. My y-intercept is negative 7 over negative 7, which is 1. So if I, hold on, Mr. Tess, you did it that fast? You didn't identify A, B, and C, because if you know AX plus by equals c is standard form, what you're going to realize is right away, my a is 9. My
Nine.
b is minus
Minus
7. My c is negative 7. So to find a slope, which is negative a over b, remember, if you practice enough, this will become so easy. When you see it, you're going to laugh all the way to the bank. Why? Because a is 9, b is negative 7, c equal negative 7. But if you notice, I didn't even do that. I recognize this is standard form. I said negative a over b. Negative 9 over negative 7. My slope is 9/7. I'm done. My y-intercept is negative 7 over negative 7, which is 1. I'm done. I found my slope and y-intercept. Now, if they want to know what this equation is in slope-intercept form, it would be, let me change my color. It would be y equal 9/7 x plus 1. I'm done. All the way out, I'm done. So this is what I'm trying to give you. I'm trying to make this exam as easy as possible for you. So when you see me on videos saying that's easy or it's a piece of cake, not right away. That's when you practice and you use the skills that I'm giving you. You practice enough, what you're going to realize is, wow, it's not that bad. It's really not that hard. So anyway, so that's finding slope from a table, finding a table from, finding an equation of line from 2 points. So can somebody, let me mute, Christine, I'm gonna mute you. And then finding the slope and the y-intercept from an equation of a line, from either slope-intercept form or standard form. You're going to have it. I'm telling you, you're going to have it. So if anybody who has taken the test, they can tell you they've seen these problems. I'm guaranteed you're going to see it. Guarantee you. Guarantee you. So you're going to have to know, guarantee, if you're talking about slope, you need to be able to find the slope from a graph. You need to be able to find a slope from 2 points. You need to be able to find the slope from a table. Then you need to be able to find a slope from an equation. And there's 2 equations you should be familiar with: slope-intercept and standard. Oops, I messed that whole D up. That's a D. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4 questions already on your exam. So if you look at your practice test, if you look at your real test, because this is what I see, the area that gives most people problems is slope. So you go on Schoology and you practice how to find slope from a graph, slope from 2 points. But guess what? They also going to say how to find an equation. Guess what? From a graph, from 2 points, from a table, and then find an equation of a parallel or perpendicular line. So let's look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guarantee you linear equation will be 7 problems on your exam, between 7 and 10 problems. Most people, if you scored a 140, those 7 problems that you got right, and I also forgot points on the coordinate plane. That also goes along with slope. But then that's 8 questions right there. Most people, if you focus on slope, if you look at your practice test or your last test and you see slope, 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 linear equation, linear equation, linear equation, this is what you need to be working on. Like, I would work on that first, because this is going to give you the most bang for your buck. I'm telling you. If you notice, I put 2 more accolades out there today for 2 people today that obtained their diploma, passed their last math exam, and then got their diploma. So and I invited both of them to come this evening, but I don't see them. So I was hoping they could speak to you to tell you where they started and what their initial scores were, and how the eBook and Schoology, by practicing, helped them pass their test. So the next, hold on, it was slope. Somebody asked me about and it was oh my goodness, I forgot that quick. Tell you, it was slope and no, it's gonna do the mean. That's one. Can somebody remind me what they asked me to go over this evening? I forgot. I know slope was one of them. Oh my goodness. All right, I can't remember right now, so I'll just go over what I was going over. I can't recall right now. So again, finding the slope from 2 points. Now, if you got the ebook, also, if you have the ebook, I show you how to do all of those in less than a minute. How to find the equation of a line from 2 points, how to find the equation of a line from a table. I show you how to do it in seconds, literally seconds. All you gotta do is type those in the calculator. So
Mr. Tinsley,
yes.
it was probably the young lady you muted who had a question.
Who did I mute? I'm sorry. Was it Christine?
Yeah.
Quadratic?
Oh yes, quadratic equation. That's what
Yeah.
it was. Do you have an example of a quadratic equation that you wanted me to show you? I mean, I got a bunch of them on Schoology, but do you have a specific example?
No, I want you to show me.
Okay, no problem at all. So let me go to again. I'm gonna use Schoology so you can understand how much it can help you. Okay, so quadratic equations will probably be 1 to 3 questions.
And
Okay.
and also this one in the formula sheets, point slope from of the equation of a line. It's y minus y.
Okay. I'll show you that way, but I'll
Okay.
show you my way. I'm gonna show
Okay.
you my way. I'm gonna show you a much easier way.
Thank you so much.
Okay. So and now again, so I'll show you both ways. So the first way was the point slope formula, and that's does anybody know what the point slope formula is? Can you tell me what it is?
Oh man. Points.
Can anybody tell me what the point slope formula is?
Y equals M.
From point slope. So let's look at the formula sheet.
Y
find it.
minus y1.
That's right. So here it is right here. Now
Yeah.
I'm going to show you this way. So
Yes.
point slope. So it's three types of forms: slope intercept form, standard form, point slope form. Those are 3 you should be familiar with. Now, I don't teach this in I teach it in my class, but I'm gonna show you a much easier way. Okay, so I'm gonna show you this way first, so you can see how to do it, and then I'm gonna show you my way, and then you can decide which one you want to use. So, point slope is y minus y1 equal m times x minus x1, where the point is x1 comma y1. So you get the x and the y from your point. So let me save that. Let me close that, and let me go back to that. I don't know what sheet I was on. Oh my goodness, there we go, right there. Let me move this up a little. Oops, let me move this up right there. So again, so this is my x, this is my y. Does everybody understand that? So when you're given a point, they are giving you a x and a y. Does everybody understand that?
Yes.
When they give you the slope, this is your m. Does everybody understand that? Watch this. Y minus 2 equals slope 7, x minus 1. So all I did, understand what I did? I just took this x, put it right there, minus 1. Took this y, put it right there, minus 2. Because the formula says y minus y1. So y minus 2 equals 7 times x minus x1. Does everybody understand that?
Yes.
Okay, now watch this. So y minus 2. Now, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally tells us we do need to do multiplication first. Okay, so we're going to use the distributive property. What's 7 times x?
7x.
And what's 7 times minus 1?
Minus 7.
Minus 7. In order to get y by itself,
Plus
because
2.
remember, we want y equal mx plus b. That's the form we want. Right now, it's not in that form. So
We're going to add 2.
We're going to add 2 to both sides.
Both sides.
So we get y, those 2's cancel, equal 7x. What is minus 7 plus 2?
And then just 5.
-5. So the equation of this line is y equal, the equation of a line that passes through 1, 2, and has a slope of 7 is y equals 7x minus 5. And that's how you use the point slope formula.
Mhm.
Okay, so that's how, if you use the formula on your formula sheet, this is how I teach it. Let me show you. So y equal mx plus b. Y is 2, slope is 7, x is 1 plus b. 2 equals 7 plus b. In order to get b by itself, I got to subtract 7 from both sides. I get b equal -5. Since I know my y-intercept is -5, I know my slope is 7, y equal 7x minus 5. That's the way I teach it. Now,
Mhm.
you can decide which one is easier for you, but this is 2 steps. Plugging in your x and y and your m, then getting b by itself. Alex,
Hello?
you want to tell the class your good news?
Yes, sir. Yes. Today was the day I passed my test. I had to thank it to Mr. Curley. He helped me a lot. I didn't take it to many class because my time, but he always sent me the videos after the class. I always checking the video. So it's a good thing. He's a good teacher. And everybody will do it with him.
Great
That's
teacher.
How
right.
was the test?
Yes. Hello? Hello?
So they said, so how was the test? Was it
How was it?
difficult? How many did you skip? Did you skip a lot?
Yes, I did. I skip a lot, and after finish the more easy, I will I review again, and I finish with like still having like 15 minutes to finish the time.
Mhm.
So listen to what he
So
said. This is so important. I can't say this enough. He skipped the difficult problems, finished the exam. Then he came back to the difficult questions and still had 15, 20 minutes left.
yes,
That's important. Don't get stuck on those difficult problems. They are all worth 1 point.
right.
Thank you for that advice, sir.
Yeah,
Thank you,
yeah.
thank you.
Go for the
Thank you.
easy.
Congratulations.
Go for the easy, and then go back again.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
congratulations.
Congratulations, Alex.
Thank you.
All right. So again, and I can guarantee you, you will have a problem where they give you a point in the slope where you have to find the equation of the line. So not only will they ask you for the equation of the line, they might ask you the parallel or perpendicular equation of a line. Okay, so you're going to have 2 of those. So one where they give you the point in the slope, and then one or both parallel and perpendicular. Hold on, Mr. Tenzi, how do we do that? Let me show you. So I'm glad you asked this. And we're going to get to that quadratic equation. And we also have to get to the distance between 2 points. Because I watched the video last week. I went over Pythagorean theorem, but I didn't go over find the distance between 2 points. So I want to make sure I touch on that. Okay. Now, the concepts are related, but I want to show you. Oh, so again, let's try another one fairly quickly right here. Again, I'm going to do it my way. And you can do it whatever way you want, but y equal mx plus b. My y is what?
The
5
5. My slope is what?
-4,
Multiplied by x. What's my x?
-2,
-2 plus b.
b,
Okay, I'm gonna bring down my 5, bring down my equal. What is -4 times -2?
-8,
-4 times -2.
8.
8
8,
plus b. Remember, 2 negatives make a positive when you're multiplying or dividing. If I want to get b by itself, how do I get rid of that 8?
we're gonna -8.
I'm going to -8 on both sides.
Both
What is -8 plus 5?
-3.
-3. The 8's cancel, we left with our b. If we know our y-intercept is -3, we know our slope is -4. What's my equation of the line?
Y equals
-3x plus
No, the equation of the line must start how?
Y.
Y what?
-4x
No,
uh,
the equation of the line must
equal.
start y equal. You cannot forget that y equal.
yes, I forgot.
Okay, so y equal what?
-4x
-4x
-3.
-3. That's your equation line. Done. Guaranteed problem on your exam. Guaranteed problem. Guaranteed problem. Thank you, Alex. Alex said good luck to everyone.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for chiming in. Hopefully the other person will also chime in. The other person who passed said he finished with 40 minutes to go. So again, let me save this and let's try one where they give us a parallel or perpendicular. And then we'll get to that quadratic equation problem. Okay, this is another problem. Let's just go over real quick. This standard form. My A is what?
3,
3. My B is what?
4,
My C is what?
8.
8. To find the slope is -a over b. What's -a?
3/4.
What's -a?
negative,
-3 over
-3. And what's b?
4.
So my slope is what?
-3/4.
Look, that's 15 seconds. That's a problem. This is a problem. That's one of the most missed problems on the exam, and you should be able to do it now in 15 seconds. But what you do is you practice. Don't just come to this class, come to this session, watch the video and say, oh yeah, I understand it. Do problems yourself. Practice on Schoology so when you get them, you're ready. Now watch this. I'm gonna go to the next one. Again, I'm showing you that you're going to get a problem. Look at this. They're giving you the slope. They're giving you a point. This is my X. This is my Y. This is my M. Y equal mx plus b.
B.
Y is what?
8
8. My slope is what?
-7x
-7. X is what?
4
Plus b.
plus b.
What is -7 times 4?
-7 times 4.
-7 times 4.
28 -28.
-28. If I need to get b by itself, what I
Add
have to do?
28.
Have to
Add
add 28 to both sides.
Right.
We get 36 equal the 28's cancel. I'll bring down my b, so I know my y-intercept is 36. I know my slope is -7. What's going to be my equation of the line?
Y equal -7x plus 36.
Well, unfortunately, I don't see that problem. I mean, I don't see that equation as my multiple choice. Which one is the correct answer?
Second one?
The second
No.
one.
Yeah.
Why? Because if I add 7x, remember, it doesn't have to be in standard form. It doesn't have to be in slope intercept form. We've got to change it. So this is slope intercept form. Now we want to change it to standard form. So what we're going to do is we're going to add 7x to both sides. So we get 7x plus y equal 36. Boom. That's another problem, guaranteed on your exam. Let's try one more. I didn't do that one yet. Well, we can do this because 2 points. We already did this already, right? So we got -3, -2, and we got 1 and 6. So just remember we did a table before, right? So the change in y over the change in x. So to go from -2 to 6, what's my change in y? How many would I have to give? I was started at -2 and I got to go up to 6. How much did I change in y? Let's count. Start with -2. So let's start with -2. So if we start at -2, so think here,
Gonna be
-2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if we start at -2 and this is 6, let's count.
the slope is 2.
3,
Let's count.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So my change in y is 8. So to go from -3 to 1, let's count.
2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
4. So my change in x is 4. So 8/4. What does 8/4 reduce to?
It's 2.
So I know my slope is 2. What is the only equation that has a slope of 2?
Y.
The second one.
The second one?
Oh, he said,
The first
The
one.
first
First
one.
one. The
Yeah.
first one. Yeah.
oh,
You done. You don't even have to find the y-intercept. Why? Because there's only one multiple choice that has a slope of 2. The second equation slope is -2. The
Negative,
third
yeah.
one, the slope is 1/2. The last one, the slope is 1/2. Boom. So again, now say all of them had y equal 2x. So say this one had y equal 2x plus 8. Say this one had y equal 2x minus 1/2. Say this one had y equal 2x minus 11/2. How would you find your y-intercept? Again, you're going to do the same thing we just learned. Listen, tonight's class, if you go and practice, it's going to give you 5 problems correct on your exam. Y equal mx plus b. What point do I use? I can use any point. I'm going to use this one. I like positive numbers. I don't like negative numbers. I want to use positive numbers. So y is 6. My slope is 2.
2.
My x is 1 plus b. 6 equal 2 plus b. Subtract 2 from both sides. 4 equal b.
4.
My y-intercept is b. My slope is 2. There's my answer right there.
Mhm.
And if you look at your practice test, you look at your exam, what you will notice is the problems that we did tonight are the ones most people get wrong. Now, let's do one more. This is the last one we're going to do for linear equations, because I do want to get to the questions somebody asked about linear equations. Again, they're asking about a perpendicular line. What can somebody tell me something about what is the slope of the perpendicular line? Does anybody know? So the slopes of 2 parallel lines are what? Does anybody know?
perpendicular, right?
No. So first we're going to start with parallel. What is the slope of 2 parallel lines?
The
Gotta
same
know that. Parallel lines have the same slope. So y equal 2x minus 3 and y equal 2x minus 10 are 2 parallel lines. Why? Because the slope of both of these equations is 2. Does everybody understand that?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you know that, because they're going to ask you either about a parallel line or perpendicular line. Now, perpendicular lines, to find the slope of a perpendicular line, you take the negative inverse. Oh, Mr. Tinsley, all this mathematical terminology. I'm going to keep it real simple. Change the sign
And flip it.
and flip it. So, what is the slope of the line that is perpendicular to 5x minus 2y equal 1? Watch this. I'm going to change my color to green. So, again, this is standard form. ax plus by equals c. So they gave it to me in standard form. But I realized Mr. Tinsley showed me was that I take the negative a over b to get the slope. So m equal -5 over -2. 2 negatives make a positive. So my slope is 5/2. What most people do is they rush and go select option D. Read the question carefully. It said, what is the slope of a line that is perpendicular to this line?
It's 2
But
fifths.
first you have to find the slope of that line. And the slope of that line is 5/2. Does everybody understand that?
Mhm.
So now the slope of the perpendicular is the negative inverse. So if the 5/2 is positive, the opposite sign of positive is negative.
Negative.
Now we flip. Instead of 5/2, we take the reciprocal, and 5/2 become 2/5. So the slope of the perpendicular is negative 2/5. Another easy problem if you practice, if you say it, if you do it, if you practice it. When you get to these problems, they will be easy. Okay, now let's go to so that was slope. Somebody did ask me, so 2 things I want to show first. Last week, the distance between 2 points. Now I haven't seen this problem in a while. It is on the task, it is on the high set, but just in case you see it. So let me show you real quick. Let me find a problem real quick. And again, I'm going to Schoology, where you can find as many practice problems as you want. Find the distance between 2 points. Let me find a, I just go to questions. And I wouldn't spend a whole lot of time distance between 2 points because you might have one, but I want to make sure you understand how to do it. So for example, let's try, I don't know, we can try the first one. Doesn't matter. Let me make it bigger. The distance between 2 points on a coordinate plane. Okay, this is an easy problem. I showed you how to do Pythagorean theorem last week, which was a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So what you notice, watch this. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the length of this side is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The length of this side is 6. This is where the 90-degree angle was formed. You now have your right triangle. Now this becomes a Pythagorean theorem problem. So 4 squared plus 6 squared equals c squared. 16 plus 36 equals c squared. 52 equals c squared. Take the square root. I heard you say it. I heard you say it. I love it. Take the square root of both sides.
Yeah.
And we get c is equal to the square root of 52. What is the square root of 52? I don't know. I know it's between 7 and 8, but I don't know what it is. So guess what I'm going to use? I'm going to use my calculator. I haven't pulled the calculator out all day. So let's pull it out so we can do
7.
this question
I
in
was surprised you ain't pull
Point
that
21.
calculator out.
Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. I'm going to do this question in seconds. Watch this. Instead of me doing all that work that I just did, if I understand the legs are 4 and 6, watch this. 4 squared plus 6 squared. Get out of my square root, press enter, hit my double arrows. 7.2, I'm done. That's how you find the distance between 2 points on a coordinate plane. All you're doing is taking those 2 points and making a right triangle. It does not matter where it is. So we're going to go here, boom, boom. You now have your right triangle. Now count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, what I noticed, this is a 3, 4, 5 triangle, I believe. Because if I do 9 and 12, I notice that I'm multiplying by 3. 3 times 3 is 9. 4 times 3 is 12. 5 times 3 is 15. I'm done. Gone. Because it's a 3, 4, 5 triangle. Again, I tell you those special triangles in the ebook. The 2 you should know: 3, 4, 5, 5, 12, 13. Should know those 2. Boom. Okay, so that was the distance between 2 points. What I wanted to show you was the distance between 2 points in a coordinate plane. The easiest way to figure it out is using Pythagorean theorem. Or that way they show you in class, and it just gives people a lot of problems. This is the easy way. Now, quadratic equations. I only got a
Can I
few
ask
minutes.
a question, Mr.
Yes, you
Chinzu?
can. Yes.
All right, on that question a while ago, so the points with the 3 and the -4 and the 2 and the 4, we don't do nothing with those.
You're talking about,
The one you just did.
oh,
The The A squared to B squared equals C squared. You just did it.
I know, but now I don't know what I had open. Sorry. I got so many windows open. Here we go, right there.
Yeah.
You talking about this one, right?
Right.
Right. You don't
negative
right.
2 to 4.
You don't
So you
have
don't
to
touch that.
you
don't
don't
do
have to
nothing.
do anything. So let me increase the zoom real quick so you can really see. So these points, now you could, so when you're taught in class, they tell you to use those numbers.
Right.
They take, but I'm trying to give you an easy way. Watch this.
Okay.
Let me make it nice and big so we can see it nice and clearly right there. So all we doing here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. In the ebook, I show you how to do it. Fairly easy. You go in here, since I know my 2 legs, all I'm gonna do 12 and 4 is second square root 12 squared plus 4 squared. Get out of your square root, press enter, hit your double arrows to give you the decimal. The answer is the missing side 12.65 if they tell you to round off to the nearest 100. If they tell you to round off to the nearest 10th, 12.6. That easy.
Okay.
So most teachers tell you to take those points and do all this mess. You don't have
Right.
to do that. Just count the distance horizontally and vertically, and then use your Pythagorean theorem.
Okay.
Listen, I'm
Thank
telling you. Listen, I'm telling you, listen to me. You're gonna pass this exam. I'm telling you.
That's true.
I'm telling you. All right, so let's find this last one. It's almost 7. And then it's a quadratic equation. So quadratic equation. Let's go to let me go. I'll go to Schoology and find quadratic equations real quick. Now, quadratic equations, you're probably only going to have 1 or 2. But another concept that has to do with quadratic equation, multiplying binomials, is going to be another question. So when you're talking about the concepts needed for quadratic equations, factoring a quadratic equation, solving a quadratic equation, and multiplying binomials, that's another 3 problems you can guarantee you're going to see. They're going to have you factor quadratic equation, they're going to have you solve a quadratic equation, and they're going to have you multiply binomials. I'm guaranteed. So let me open up Schoology. Let me go to quadratic equations again. And Schoology is free. It don't cost you nothing. It just costs you your time to practice. That's all it costs you. It costs you your time. Okay, this is multiplying binomials. Okay, x times x is what?
X squared.
X squared. X times 5 is what?
5x.
5x. 3 times x is what?
3x.
3 times 5 is what?
15 plus 15.
Okay, you have like terms, 5x and 3x. What do they combine to?
Plus 8.
Plus 8. Plus 8 what?
X. Plus
That's
15.
all you got to do is multiply binomials. You got to know how to do it. It's a guaranteed problem in your exam. Because when you see why it's considered under quadratic equations, is because when you multiply x times x and you get x squared, that's what a quadratic equation is. When the highest degree of an equation is 2, it's considered a quadratic equation. Guaranteed problem in your exam. You're going to see it. You're going to see it, guaranteed. Now, they're not going to have it this easy. They're going to have something like this. They're going to have, on the exam, they're going to have something like 2x minus 3 times 5x minus 5. But it's the same thing. 10x squared minus 10x minus 15x plus 15. You got 2 like terms. 10x squared minus 25x plus 15. Guaranteed problem. Guaranteed. A guarantee in you. You will see it. Now, solving a quadratic equation. If you notice, it has factoring and it has finding the solutions. You have to understand the difference. We factor a quadratic equation to find a solution. So, factor. I'm gonna show you quite easy. The standard form is ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. Again, we're doing the same exact thing. Ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. So my a is what?
1,
1. My b is what?
2,
2. My c is what?
minus 24.
Minus 24. If a is 1, I want you to factor c. I want you to find the factor pairs of negative 24. So what two numbers can I multiply together to get negative 24? So 1 times what?
24.
Nope. Negative 24.
Mhm.
What two numbers to multiply to give you negative 24? 1 times what?
Negative 24.
Negative 24.
Negative 24. And I want you to go in order. So go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go straight up in order. 2 times what to give you negative 24?
12. Negative 12.
Negative 12. 3 times what to give you negative 24? Negative 8. 4 times what to give you negative 24?
Negative 6.
5 doesn't go into 24. 6 goes into 24, but we already used 6. Now we're going to go on the other side and we're going to change the signs of the first side. So instead of 1 and negative 24, we're going to have negative 1 and positive 24. Does everybody understand that? Because if you multiply those two pairs, you still get negative 24. Does everybody understand that? So negative 2 and 12, negative 3 and 8, negative 4 and 6. Okay. Identify A, B, and C. If A is 1, find the factor pairs of C. Once you find the factor pairs of C, you want to find which pair, when you combine them, is going to give you 2.
4, 6.
Negative 4 and 6. So you take that. You are done. You're going to take exactly what you see. The variables x. X minus 4 times x plus 6. This is a factored quadratic equation. X minus 4 times x plus 6. To solve it, you find your zeros. What values of x will give you 0? So the opposite of minus 4 is what?
Plus 4.
Plus 4. The opposite of plus 6 is what?
Negative 6.
Minus 6.
So the two values that solve this quadratic equation are 4 and negative 6. If they ask you to factor this quadratic equation, it will be x minus 4 times x plus 6. That's 2 out of the 3 quadratic equations they're going to ask you. And they're going to ask you to multiply binomials. Listen, tonight was a great night. I don't know if you understood, but tonight we went over probably 7 to 10 problems, 7 to 12 problems on your exam. So if you failed your GED exam, you need to watch this session tonight. Make sure you practice on Schoology, because I'll tell you, if you get what we did tonight and took another practice test, you probably be in the 150s. What?
Mr. Kingsley,
Yes.
can we do a one-on-one on Friday?
On Friday, I think so. So put it in on Friday. Yes. We probably can do it one on Friday. What time are you available? Because I probably work from home on Friday.
Anytime on Friday. What is a good time for you?
Well, we'll talk. Call me after we end this, and call me. We'll figure it out, and then I'll set it for you.
Okay, cool. All right.
Good luck, everybody. Good night, Mr. Tizzle.
Good night.
Good night.
All right, so hopefully everybody, if this was your first night, make sure you put your email in the chat so I can send you a copy of this video. And all, and if this was your first night, I think Christine, I think she just chimed out. Okay. But if it was your first night, I hopefully you enjoyed your first night, and I look forward to helping each of you pass your exam. Everybody have a good night.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.